Hi everybody, it's the Natural Healing Ninjas today again, and we're going to introduce ourselves again so you'll get to know who we are and where we're coming from. Got to remember, everybody, that we are not doctors and we are not professionals, as you would call them, but this is for entertainment purposes only, so that you can learn more about our experiences. My name's Christine, and this is
Laura Lee.
Laura Lee. We are the Natural Healing Ninjas. Yay!
Yahoo!
And so today we're going to be talking about Laura Lee's profession, and she is the most awesome facilitator that I have met. She has so much exuberance and energy, and she knows her stuff so well that you feel healed within one session, and it's called myotherapy. And she's going to explain to you today what myotherapy is. Myotherapy has helped me. I have to admit, the first several weeks I wasn't convinced until like the fourth or fifth week, and I realized I can actually walk around without pain. So I want her to share with you today all the wonderful things that she does, so you get to know us better. And next time it'll be my turn. But this time I want Laura Lee to take the floor.
Alrighty. Well, here you go. Myotherapy. Myo means muscle, and therapy means to heal. And what we do is work with trigger points. And trigger points are sore spots that get stuck in your muscles when you overuse or injure a muscle. And then they lay latent until you become emotionally or physically stressed. And then when that occurs, the trigger point lights up, sends a message to the brain, and the brain responds with spasm. And a pain spasm cycle starts. What myotherapy does is break that pain spasm cycle by getting rid of the trigger point. Now, most people break that cycle by going to the medicine cabinet or settling down for the day, taking a nap. All that's doing is simmering down the trigger point, but it's still there. Myotherapists get rid of it totally. And how we do that is with a shimmick compression. And what that means is you go in slow, and you hold for 7 seconds, and you release slowly. And the reason why we go slow is so that you can let us know what level the trigger point is on. So it's an active therapy. Your job is to give feedback on where the trigger point is and to do the corrective movements. My job is to find the trigger points and map out a map for you so you can take it home, and for the rest of your life you can be using myotherapy as a tool. So muscles have memory, so they forget. That's why you have to have the corrective movements. So the combination of the myotherapy trigger point work, my job, and the corrective movements and feedback, your job, the combination of both of those, that's where you get pain-free. Because the muscle doesn't have that pain spasm cycle anymore, because the trigger point's gone, and the muscles are re-educated, because they forget, so you have to remind them that being in a natural state of being an elongated state, not a contracted state. So muscles will go back to that until you retrain them. So the sessions are between 3 and 6 sessions. And the third session is when I teach you and a loved one or someone else, a therapist, whoever's interested, to work on each other. But it's always good to know how to do it yourself. So there's 2 tools that are used. One's a crook, so like a crook, like a shepherd's crook. And then one's a little wooden dowel. And between those 2 tools and the charts that I set you up with, and it's all personalized, everybody's different. And so because it's personalized, I do these charts and highlight and then give that to you, and then you're off on your own and you can help yourself out whenever you hurt yourself, because we are soft things in a hard, or beings in a hard world, so we have to navigate it with our brain and our knowledge. So we're going to get injured, so we need to navigate it out of it, and that's what myotherapy does. Now, muscles cause about 85% of pain. So if you're in pain, figure it out with the muscles first. Figure out that that's not the problem, or it is the problem, and then you have 15% of the rest of it, which could be a whole bunch of other things. But start with the muscles. It's pretty simple, working with trigger points and doing the corrective movements. So what I recommend people to do also is to cleanse and nourish their body. And that's a whole nother video, but that's the combination of working on the inside of your body, cleansing and nourishing it, and on the outside of the body, working on trigger points and corrective movements and your muscles. You got a good combination going on your health journey. And a lot of times it gets taken care of with just those two things.
Right. And what I noticed when I had the therapies each week, we would talk about different things that were going on in my life or had been going on since I was born. Because she asks you, what kind of birth did you have? How did you react to your parents as you moved along in life? What kind of things happened to you physically and emotionally as you went on in life? So when we worked together, I would express to her the things emotionally that I had gone through when I was a child, when I was born, that I could remember. And then, and most recently, going all the way up to most recently, of going through a really hard situation that I was going through at the time. And I was able to express that. And as I expressed that, she would do the trigger points, and I felt them being relieved each time. And each muscle corresponds to an emotion in your body. Every malady that we have is about emotions. And whether you have we were saying, whether you have a car accident or, just a mental breakdown, if the car accident happens and you think it's only physical, hold on there, because it's emotional. You're going through huge emotional trauma by moving back and forth in here thinking that you're going to die or you're going to get, terribly injured. That emotion sticks in your body. And as she works on you, she worked on me, I was able to express these things, and they were being released as I could express them, coming up to the surface so that they can move out of my body. And I was so ecstatic just to say, I could walk around today. I could get up and walk around, actually, instead of sitting. And because when I was in pain, what is the name of the pain? What was your thing? What is pain?
Pain is the enemy of mankind.
Pain is the enemy of mankind. And that little blurb that you said, pain hurts.
Pain is a drain.
Pain is a drain. It drains you.
Of a lot of things.
Finances.
You can't go to work.
And you can't work around the house. I know that I couldn't, I just left everything. My garden, my life, everything I had to put on hold. I couldn't move. And that drains you emotionally. We don't want that. We're humans that can heal ourselves. And that's who we are. We have to take our power back. And this is part of it, to taking our power back.
Yes, because pain is not powerful at all. And when you are pain-free, watch out, because you end up doing too much and catching up with the list that you built.
Yeah.
And then you can re-injure yourself. But then you know what to do. That's the key. I think with health, people don't know what to do. They freak out more than go, okay, what do I need to do next? I'm bleeding, I'm hurting, I have a headache, I have whatever. Know thyself be true, go within, and you'll find the answer. It's just like we have a hospital inside of us.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that.
We don't need to go anywhere. We need to sit, study, figure it out, know from the neck down. If you don't know where your liver is, you might want to find out. Because if it starts hurting
take
you,
responsibility for that.
Yes.
Because we have given our responsibility over to the authorities, which is the medical, the government, the educational, the religion,
the court systems.
Yeah, the court systems. We gave our power away to them willingly because we didn't want to deal with it. And now we have to deal with it. If we're going to save ourselves and save the earth and save this dimension that we're in so that we can move forward, this is the way to do it, to take care of ourselves and take responsibility and our power back.
And then share that with others, because there's so many people in pain, it just makes me cringe because you don't need to be.
And that's why we're on here.
You really don't need to be.
We have someone out there, he wants to bark at them because he feels they're in pain. So
That's Star, he's our mascot.
He's our mascot. And he'll be here with us every time that we can.
Yes.
But the power that we gave away in the very beginning, was it thousands of years ago?
Yes, because we gave
it away to the reptilians. And if you don't know what reptilians are, research it. Because we can't go into that right now because It's a big subject.
We'll get into that, but we have a whole list of other things that
Whole
you can
list.
do for yourself.
Whole list of
And
stuff.
and the reptilian thing is the good news, bad news thing.
Yeah.
Because you got to know your enemy.
Yes.
If you don't know your enemy, they take advantage of that
That's
situation.
right. And these reptilians have taken away our power and made us lower vibration. When you make someone lower vibration, the demons or whatever lower vibration entities can get in and mess with you. I was going to use the other word, but they mess with you. And they mess with your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies. And we have to take that power back. No longer. All contracts null and void, because we made contracts before we came into this body to do certain things so that we can wake up to this. And in our lifetime, the last 60, 70 years, we've been working to do this, to get it out to everybody. I had a metaphysical shop to help people understand who they are, to heal themselves. And you were with that wellness center. You were with a wellness
I had a
center.
clinic, Waldorf Clinics, for 8 years.
Yes.
Up in Tahoe, and I helped a lot of people out. And people would come from all over the place because it was a destination of the world destination place. So people really, I was very busy, and I didn't even really advertise it. There was a drought in Tahoe, and the businesses were closing, and I was thriving.
Ah,
And
really?
the reason is because myotherapy is something that does empower people, and people are thirsty for that. And I hope you are too, because if you're not, then you're gonna not have fun. But if you do take 100% responsibility, it's really a lot of fun,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
beautiful, and nature's here given to us, and let's have fun with
And
this
you have to make
life.
a choice whether, what was that saying that you said? You either choose this, which is jail,
Institutions or death
institutions, or death, or happiness and joy
and freedom.
and freedom.
And,
And
your
we
voice.
already are sovereign beings. We just have to reclaim that within ourselves. And the freedom that we have to obtain back. But the sovereignty is already there. So we
Just
have
gotta
to
own it.
Yes, we have to own our freedom. We have to own our power. And that's, we as individuals, we want to start this thing. We want to bring it to you so that you will understand this. This is an amazing event that we're trying out here, but it's actually not a trying. We're doing our best to show the world that they can heal themselves. I had wellness fairs that had every single kind of healing modality at each of the booths because I wanted people to find out how to take their power back, how to heal themselves, how to be a healthy person, because that's what will save this earth, the healthy beings.
Yes, because we're the happy ones.
Yeah.
Because you can't be happy if you're unhealthy.
That's why we're the natural healing ninjas.
That's right. So we're here because knowledge is power, but knowledge with action is power.
Yeah.
And so what we're going to be presenting is different people that have different modalities of ways of healing yourself when you take 100% responsibility.
Yes.
It's just, here's the tools, you go for it. But you don't even know the tools. So we're here to introduce the tools and the people who are experts at these tools.
There's so many tools. You have to use the tools, though. I mean,
Follow through and love yourself enough to use the tools.
We just had a client here, and you were saying how you knew he would work with you, and you knew he would do the exercises because he was motivated. He is motivated. And that's what we want. We want our motivation back. Our motivation to heal ourselves and to take our power back from the AMA and from doctors who are dark. There's wonderful doctors out there, don't get me wrong.
That's right. That's right.
But there's doctors out there who only follow the protocol, and they want to give you this thing, which makes you worse, takes away your natural immunity. We're building our natural immunity, sitting out here in the sun, and then getting myotherapy and doing work on ourselves. Shadow work is really important.
It is. And so is grounding.
Put your feet on the ground.
Because that really does a lot. That's a whole nother video, though,
And
too.
water, too.
Yes, and water is a whole nother thing. We got a whole bunch of things to talk about
We're so
and share
excited.
with you.
We're so excited.
We really are.
We have to be there for it.
And aren't you sick of being sick and tired? Don't you want to be on
right.
the other side and having
That's
a blast?
right. I'm excited. I'm excited to start this. Are
Yes,
you excited?
yes, yes, I am. So what's our next video going to be about? Do you
I
know?
don't know. We want to do one on psyops. And that's more,
So negative,
is
but-
it a natural healing thing? Maybe, because we're healing ourselves and finding out about
It
the
warns
truth about
people
things.
not
and
to
it's a
stress.
warning. And we don't want to get people in fear. We want to relieve the fear by taking responsibility for ourselves.
And stress is triggered through these psyopses. And stress is the number one thing, blanket, that really
Blanket.
is hard on our health.
Yes.
Really hard on our health. So if you get rid of your stressors, and lies are stressors, but to identify them as lies, you have to do your homework.
Right.
But we've done a lot of homework for you, so
We've
we'll
got
just
a
sort
lot
of
of
point you
homework.
in the right direction.
Yeah, and remember that stress affects your adrenals.
Yes.
And what are you without the adrenals? We're going to be talking about another thing that's, I don't know if we can say the word on here.
Can you mime it?
Crohn is the last of the part of
Oh,
it.
yes. Yes.
And that is a horrible, horrible satanic ritual. That's a lot of politicians, a lot of people in charge, a lot of entertainment industry went to keep themselves young. And we'll be going through movies, I tell you, because I'm a movie fan. I like to see the comms in movie. If you don't know what comms mean, look it up. But comms are part of, what are they trying to tell us? What are they warning us about? You could see, like Wag the Dog. You have to see
Yes,
Wag
yes.
the Dog.
I
You
haven't
have
seen
to
it
see
yet, but I gotta go see it.
And Manchurian Candidate, it's all about what's happening right now.
And she knows what she's talking about, so go check it out. I'm very curious about seeing both of these movies.
Yeah.
Because the movies they have to get permission before they lay it out on us, and that's a whole nother twist.
And if we give permission for them, for all the things they're doing in these movies, that gives them the check to go, okay, you can go forward with this.
Right.
But if we say, no, this doesn't look right, then they have to stop. They, being the delete, which I like to call them because we're deleting them. They're being deleted as we speak.
Yeah.
Because we've got the white hats out there working their butts off. And we're part of the white
We're
hat
part
team.
of that, yeah, because we come from the heart.
Yes.
Otherwise, it doesn't make
That's
sense
right.
to not be to be here.
And love. And love is the most important force in the whole universe. It's the glue. It's the creator. Love creates, and love keeps us together.
But you gotta love yourself first,
Exactly.
because otherwise, why bother with any of this
That's
if you
right.
don't like yourself? And that's
Why be here on the planet?
And I think the biggest disease on this planet is low self-esteem.
Yes. Yes.
And it's been planted from you are a sinner right out the gate.
Oh boy. Yeah.
So that's-
Oh, we'll get into the religion part.
And that's not a good start off, I don't think. And like, sinner, I just got here. Give me some sinning time first. But there's none of that, so it doesn't make any sense.
If you were brought up in the Catholic Church,
Yeah,
original sin
yeah.
is
What?
what they hang on you before you're even
What is-
born. Original sin is that you take the sins of the past with you into this life.
Great idea.
So you're originally a sinner. That's original sin.
That's original sin.
Yeah,
I
that's
never
what
knew
I've been
that
taught.
was.
Oh my gosh. Here's the original sin. You already did this, so you're bad.
I
You know?
think in the future we're going to look back at this and go, "Are you serious? This is what they were doing."
Are you serious?
Yeah. But anyway, we're all figuring out nature rules. We are nature, so let's get natural.
Yeah.
Synthetic, if you want to go with that, that's your
choice.
business.
That's your choice.
But the people who don't know that there is choice, they think just drugs and surgery is the
And
only
they've
choice.
been brainwashed. Here's the thing. Most people have been brainwashed.
Through movies and commercials and media.
Right. It's called mind manipulation. And we used to call it brainwashing when I was growing up.
Right.
And it's mind control. And how they mind control you is through food. They put in toxins in the food. So your brain goes a little bit berserk. They put toxins in these things. So your mind goes a little bit berserk. I mean, I have grandchildren that have toxins in them, and they can be classified as autistic. What is, back in the 80s, there was 1 in 36 children that were autistic. Now, there's 100 to 200. I mean, it's half now. 100 kids are autistic because of this, and because of the food, and because of the chemtrails, and because of mind control.
and the water and the air. There's so many things attacking us, you guys.
Yeah.
It's amazing. We're still standing there
That's
smiling,
right.
ready to
That's
keep
right.
going.
And we're keep going.
Yeah, and
we're
that
here
must
for you.
frustrate the heck out of the ones who want all the negative, icky stuff.
Yeah.
There's plenty of that, so let's bring some sunshine back and love and unity together with everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all family, really. We're
That's
part of
right.
a human family.
Yes,
We don't want anyone to get
we're
hurt.
all related.
Right. So we don't want
Whether
anyone, we
it's-
just...
Whether it's a blood relation or a tribal relation. A tribal relation is the newfound people that are in your lives that vibrate at your level. You come in with your blood relatives to teach you lessons. You choose it.
How to navigate the planet.
How to navigate the planet
Yeah.
or not. Or be in powerlessness if you want to do that.
A lot of victims
Victimhood.
around.
Yeah,
A lot of martyrs,
Lot
which is
of
a victim
martyrs.
with a cause.
Yeah, that's in all of our ancestors. And betrayal. This is the thing I was telling you the other day, is that I've learned that, all of us are betraying ourselves. And we blame our bodies for betraying us. What a horrible thing. To blame something that has no idea what's happening to it.
Right.
To blame it.
It needs help and it's getting blamed instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's betrayal. We feel like our bodies are betraying us.
They're not.
No.
They're talking to us in loving terms.
They're telling us this is what needs to be repaired. This is what needs to be fixed. This is what needs to be opened up. And we are there to help it, to help our bodies.
And
that's
to-
our avatar, actually.
Right. To help people help themselves with their health in this situation.
Right.
It's exciting because we are at a time where things are opening up, where people are seeing through what they call the veil.
Right.
It's getting thinner. What that means is just that we're all realizing this isn't working so well, but this works great.
Yes.
This works great for these
How
people.
many-
I want some of that.
How many did you say there's, how many thousands of remedies and healing tools
About 5,000
compared to,
to drugs and surgery, or 5,000 what they call alternatives. This is the alternative. This was here first.
the natural?
The natural remedies were here first. This took out that. And that's a whole nother story what we might do. We might do that as our next video.
Alternative
the history-
versus natural.
The history of natural healing
Yeah.
and the alternative,
And natural
which is drugs and
healing
surgery.
is from our ancestors. They didn't have a drugstore.
They didn't
have a
need
drug-
one.
They didn't need one.
No.
They didn't have hardly any hospitals because they healed themselves. They went out in the garden. They say, okay, this is for this. This is for that. You got a cold. Let's get some,
And
peppermint going.
they did a lot of preventative too. They throw
Absolutely.
dandelion in their teas, so then they work on their liver.
Yeah.
Every day.
And
kind of-
nettle and all those things. Those are really good for liver. And liver is like the central point of our body.
More important than the heart.
It is. It saves us. It filters all of the toxins that we bring in, which is more than ever before.
And there's an example of that. You see people who are obese and overweight, what's happening is their body's holding on to toxins. They're actual toxic humans is what you're seeing.
Yeah.
Not a fat, overweight human eating too much. It's a overweight, fat human that is toxic because what they're eating is not serving them. And if it's too toxic and too much of it, the body stores it in fat. So when you try to lose that fat through exercise or changing your food program, you got to detox first because the body will not drop those toxins out of the fat into the bloodstream because it could hurt you bad, make you feel really sick, or kill you.
And the liver's doing its job.
And the liver's doing, if the liver is struggling and all sluggish, that's a whole nother system that has to be cleared out. So we teach you all this stuff. And it's fun and it's with food.
Yes. And what toxifies the liver? Alcohol, drugs,
The air we
chemicals.
breathe, the fluoride that we drink. If you're
Alcohol
drinking
is
that
really
stuff.
important. That's why the elite have been pushing alcohol and drugs at us ad infinitum. They have been pushing that on us so that it will kill us or make us so sick that we have to go to the pharmaceuticals to get something to help us. I don't think so. All you have to do is stop drinking or stop taking drugs because your liver is on overload.
Yes, just the food. I went to a lecture. He was lecturing that he goes, half of you guys in the audience over here, and there's half of you over here. You guys are the grocery store, and you are the hospital and the pharmaceuticals. The grocery store, the pharmaceuticals get you sick with your food. and you end up in the hospital, and they make money on both ends.
Aha.
So check that out. So what we do is we navigate around that by not eating anything except it's organic, and we know what it is.
Where it came
The
from.
ingredients are real simple. If any natural flavors are in there, I don't buy it at all.
Natural flavors are toxic.
And it's hidden GMO is what I understand.
Uh-huh.
Under natural flavors, there's a list
Citric
of
acid
flavors.
is another thing I heard. Citric acid is like a fungus that grows on
Great.
on something. So you got to really look for citric acid.
Okay.
And aluminum. They
Yeah,
put
aluminum's
aluminum in
bad.
everything, especially in fluoride. Stop using fluoride.
Your
It shuts-
dentist needs to stop putting it on
It
your
shuts
teeth.
down your pineal gland, which helps you realize what we're talking about.
It's
now.
your intuition gland.
Yeah.
Yeah, your gut feeling.
Stop
you want
using
that
fluoride.
open.
Fluoride will kill you.
And aluminum just attracts to the pineal gland,
Yeah.
and then pulls all the other metals in.
Right. All heavy metals are really.
So one of the first things you want to detox is heavy metals. That's one of the easier ones, not to do, but I mean, you want to get rid of heavy metals because it really screws around with a lot of things. Foot baths are a good way of getting heavy metals. And that foot bath just for feel good. It actually has ionic pulse in it, so it pulls off the toxins and the heavy metals. Zeolite. Zeolite is a supplement that you can take, very little of it, every day, and it encapsulates the heavy metals and sends it out the normal elimination channels. So those are things that you can be proactive in doing instead of just getting beat down and living smaller and smaller and then being dependent on external authority. That's the worst thing you can do.
Yeah.
Internal authority is where you want to be at.
Internal authority. I like that.
Yes.
I like that. Internal authority.
Yes, and that's what the Prime Cure talks about.
Aha.
We'll have to show you about the Prime Cure too.
It's a big book.
Yeah,
It's a big book.
it's a big book, but it's like it has a lot to say. And it makes you, what it is it's the opposite of what we're living right now.
Yeah.
And how we can do it different in
Right.
industry and money and in health and in how we treat each other in all sorts of ways. How we start our life in birth, how we're taught as children in school. All that is about the solution with all the problems out here. So we're solution based here, and we want to share, and we like to share.
Right.
And we did our stint. We're not even over with it. I'm just getting going. I'm 64. I'm just getting going. You're 72? 73, and she's just getting going. And we're really going to enjoy this teaching you guys.
Yeah, to share with you. We want to share with you. Consider us your med bed. The term is really off because it shouldn't be med, but consider us your natural healing ninjas. And come back to us and subscribe and hit the like button and all the other things that they say, share and stuff like that. We want you to be there with us when we move through this fifth dimension.
You got it. Well, thank you very much.
This is the Natural Healing Ninjas, and we're out.